Right, hey guys, 4PG here, and nobody really from 4PG is here besides me, but I don't care, I pay for the Podbean subscription, so this is going on the podcast. I'm Nick,
It's
and
it's 2VG and I'm
it
Noah.
is 2PG, practically. And,
PG, not V. And two video games.
two video games, that's all we're talking about, two video games. Pick two.
Nothing else.
But, today we are talking Game Award predictions,
Let's
as we
go.
do
Our Lord
every
and Savior
year.
Jeff Keighley.
Yes. I'm hyped for this year's show, like always though.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that it's on Thursday, and I'm really looking forward to it. My gal pal is trying to do something Christmassy to surprise me Thursday night. So if I'm not home, I'll be watching it on my phone or listening to it on my phone. But if I am home, I'll be watching it because
Hmm.
it's a fun time. I mean, Sephiroth was revealed last year. Obviously, we're
Yeah.
not getting any Smash guys this year, but that was pretty fun.
It's always a crazy show, and there's always one or two big things that people, really like. No matter what you're into, there's usually something for always something for somebody at this show.
100%. Yeah, no,
And
100%.
and I'm the same way. I will go to the extreme to make sure I watch this show.
Yeah,
No matter
100%.
what I'm doing. But I think just, for a little bit we're going to be talking, giving our predictions for the main categories, and then, the main game of the year category, and then maybe talking a little bit of what we think could be uh, there for world premieres, because I forgot how many Jeff said there will be, but there's going to be a good chunk.
Okay.
So let's blow through the esports shit, because I know we don't really care about it.
Let's get them out of the way. No
Best
one cares about esports.
esports event. So here we have the 2021 League of Legends World Championship, the International 2021, PGL Major Stockholm 2021, PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2020, and Valorant Champions Tour Stage 2 Masters. I don't really have a pick because I don't really care. Do
Yeah.
you?
I mean, for me, I think I don't really have a pick. I think I voted for Valorant maybe. I feel like because Valorant might be a big deal because it's Valorant. It's like a new it's not a new game, but it's a newer game versus
Yeah.
like League. I don't know what the international is. So I don't know if you know.
No, I if there's one thing I don't dive into at all is esports.
It's just esports. Yeah.
Like
I don't blame you.
I'll dive into Smash just a little bit, but I don't even watch it. Like if I hear something
Yeah,
about Smash and esports, I'll see it
yeah,
on Twitter, but that's as far as I go.
yeah. It's
It's
like, hey,
weird. I
it's
never
Smash.
see
Take a
anything
look.
for Smash nominated for any of these categories.
It's weird. Yeah, no, I agree because I feel like with Smash, it should be nominated because
Hmm.
it's Smash. But I feel like with Smash, it's like um, it's like the esports game. So part of me thinks maybe they want to give love to other games, I guess, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't know.
Yeah, esports is weird. But next one for esports is esports coach. I can't read any of the stuff that I have in my editor. Let's see. There's I can't even read these names, Noah.
Hmm. Oh, eight. Oh yeah, all of the names are kind of crazy. Um,
So let's skip talking about the
James
names.
Crowder.
Sure, James Crowder. Next
I don't know. I think
category.
yeah. I feel like for esports coach, I don't know too much about the teams themselves. Funny enough, I had to work on a project last year. Like I don't know if I can still talk about it, but it wasn't anything big. But I had to do a lot of research outside of Razer. This wasn't Razer related, but on esports teams, and I learned a lot about like FaZe and some other teams, but I don't follow it. I
Hmm.
know my brother does, but I don't really follow it just because I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's next?
For esports team Atlanta FaZe for
Uh,
COD.
yeah, I would
Uh
say.
DWG Kia for League of Legends, Natus Vincere for CS:GO,
Mhm.
Sentinels for Valorant, and Team Spirit for Dota 2.
I think I'm just gonna be picking Atlanta FaZe since FaZe has gotten so big nowadays. Where
Yeah, that name
it,
sounds
it
a little familiar.
yeah, Atlanta FaZe is big. I forget who's on that team that's really noticeable. I think maybe the next slide is like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, best East. Okay, yeah.
the
So the next
athlete.
slide, yeah, his name is Simp, which I still find very funny
That's
that the dude's name is
hilarious.
fucking Simp. But he
Wait, there's
he is
simp
like,
and then there's simple.
yeah, yeah. Simp is like the main dude. He is
He looks like a simp.
he looks like a simp. He's like the main dude. The dude is also fucking crazy at gaming. Like, oh hey, I got a trophy.
I haven't heard of
The
any of
dude
these.
Simp is like is a pretty he's a good COD player. But I think I've told you I don't play COD anymore, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and it's not like it's gonna matter much for Activision or anybody involved with Activision games this year anyway. So, next
Good.
category.
All
Best
right, next
esports
up.
game: Call of Duty, CS:GO, Dota 2, League of Legends, and Valorant. Well, I
What's
know
your
that
vote?
Call of Duty is not winning.
Yeah, probably. I'd be shocked if it does.
uh, I'd probably give it to either Valorant or League of Legends.
Yeah, I'd say Valorant. I mean, Valorant, I don't know if you know, but I played it like religiously.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
last year you did.
Dude, I played it all the time. It was so much fun. And I haven't touched it in a very, 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 very long time. And it's a really good game. I mean, I know there's a lot of new characters and stuff now, and there's just a lot going on with it, which is awesome. But watching Valorant is pretty fun. I think because it's a lot of like CS:GO, obviously, but I mean, I don't watch a lot of MMO stuff, so I don't really know much about Dota or League, but I know
Hmm.
everyone is obsessed with League. But um, anyway, Valorant's fun. Valorant's a fun game to watch. It's just chaos, and it's it's like it's weird. It's like chilled chaos, even though that's
Yeah.
that's a YouTuber's name. But anyway, it's very it gets very intense, and I just think back when I used to play ranked. That game was like bite your nails, like turn a corner, you're one shot dead type thing.
Hmm.
And it's fun to watch the pros play it because one, they were way better at me at the game, and then two, it's just crazy to see different setups or different moves and all that. So let's not stay on esports so much. I don't
Yeah.
know why I'm talking so much about this.
It's
Anyway,
all good.
it's all about the
Uh,
game.
First real category, probably best debut game. There is Valheim, I don't know how to say it. The Artful Escape, Kena Bridge of Spirits, The Forgotten City, and Sable.
This is for indie, right?
Best debut game. So I guess it's any developer who had their first game out this year.
Okay, yeah. Are you on the
Um,
website or are you on like a different
I'm
site?
on my editor because I'm capturing my
Okay.
editor so I know how to line it up correctly, trying to make this editing easier for me.
Oh, of course.
um,
Yeah, I didn't play any of these. And what about you? Have you played any of these
I
games?
haven't. I watched my mom play most of Kena, and she seemed to really like
Okay,
it. So I'm gonna give it to
cool.
Kena. I feel like it has a good chance of winning. It did
Yeah,
review very well.
yeah. I remember the people loved the art style. People loved just the look and feel of the game. And I heard, like you just said, I mean, I've heard it's well received.
Hmm.
So I'll give it to that, you know?
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I'll give it to that. Why not? Don't really have anything else to say. I wish I played it. I could still play it, but I'm playing currently. I think I told you a few days ago. I'm playing Watum, made by the dude that made Katamari, and it's
Yeah. How is that?
insane. So much fun.
Is it like
It's a game
Katamari
where you
or?
art style wise, yeah, but it's weird. It's like it's so hard to explain, but it's a lot of you have to like I, we'll talk about it another time. It's
Yeah.
very weird. It's just
Gotcha.
think about let me put it this way: a lot of food, a lot of poop, and everybody has a happy face. and it's like all cutesy. Anyway,
Next up is Content Creator of the Year, and I know none of these people.
good. Dream is awful.
I don't
Sorry, I
know
don't know if any
any of these
if
people. I wish
there's any
Alana
Dream
got
listeners here.
uh, nominated again because I
Yeah,
don't
she's
think
great.
I don't think Alana won last year, and I wanted her to win. And I was hoping that she would get nominated this year. I was hoping that Gerard the Completionist would get nominated, and I was hoping
Okay.
that Scott the Woz would get nominated.
The King. The
But
King.
none of like the quote unquote
Dude, that show on G4,
popular.
bro.
Yeah, and he just debuted tonight, I think, on G4.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
So, you know, nobody who, in my opinion, you know, puts out super good content,
Mhm.
none of them got nominated, and I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah,
No,
Dream. Let me
nothing
put it this way.
against them, but like still.
Oh, I have everything against Dream. I hate that dude. Dude, it's just like if you don't know about him, there's such a rabbit hole you can go into with this dude because he's so. I don't know how to put it. I don't watch him. I just know he sucks because like it's a lot of young kids that watch him, and it's very like clickbaity or it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, he puts in work, but I remember Donkey made a video where Donkey was making fun of him because like he Dream cheated like on his Minecraft speed run, came out and said he didn't cheat, and then it was true that he actually cheated on it.
Wait,
And all these young kids,
Dream was the speedrunner?
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I don't know if
god.
you,
Okay, yeah, now I know
yeah.
exactly who you're talking about.
So that was like a big gaming controversy because I mean, think about like young kids watching it, like, oh, you beat Minecraft in what, 20 minutes or something like that, like, and these kids are watching it, like, obviously it's nothing catastrophic, but it's just, I don't know, if your main audience is super young kids, it's like, don't lie to them.
Yeah,
I don't
right?
know. That's
You just show that, you
you know what I'm
lied and
saying,
you're a
like.
cheater.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want Dream to win. I like the guy Galls. He looks nice. I don't know anything about him. He just looks nice.
All
And
right.
Gref G looks also kind of nice. Everyone looks nice except for Dream.
Next up is Best Multiplayer, and I've played one of these games. uh,
I played none of them.
Nominees are Monster Hunter Rise, Valheim, New World, Back for Blood, and It Takes Two.
I've heard
I
nothing but good things about It Takes Two.
Yeah, I we played a little bit of it on the channel. We didn't get to beat it because it's just a super long game, and maybe someday we'll get around to beating it. But
Okay.
it was
Oh, it's
really
really?
fun. Yeah, I think it's about a 12-hour game,
Oh wow.
and that
And it's only co-op,
it's
right?
only co-op, so
That's cool
you gotta
though.
be devoted to it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But
I
they
respect that though,
they
because
did a
it's
lot
like
of
you
cool
don't get a lot
things
of
with
these
it.
games.
Oh no, definitely not. And I know that's something that Joseph Fares loves to do is those multiplayer experiences.
And that's the meme guy, right? The guy that said like
Yeah, the
"fuck the
guy who said
Oscars" or
"fuck the
whatever. Okay.
Oscars."
I remember watching that live, and I'm like, as a
Oh,
Folks
it
dude,
was
I'm
the
like, yeah, that's
best
funny.
thing ever.
Yeah, it was great. And
I
then like his games ended up because what was the first game? A Way Out,
yeah,
right?
A Way Out, and that was the
And was that
jail.
a good game?
I heard it was good. I don't know if it won best multiplayer. I don't even know if it was nominated for it in 2019. I guess it would be,
I think so.
or
Yeah,
2018.
but I know I've heard nothing but good things about It Takes Two. People are just
Yeah,
saying it's
and
a
it's
good ass
nominated for Game
co-op.
of the Year. So
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like It
saw that.
Takes Two could take it, or whatever it's going to be called now, because Take
Oh
Two.
yeah,
Yeah, did you hear about that shit?
awful. 2K Games is a terrible company. I saw people were saying they're worse than EA, and they might just be.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I read that. I was like, wow, that's horrible.
I mean, with all the controversy with Rockstar and stuff, dude, it's so shitty.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not about shitty companies like that.
yeah.
Especially it sucks that it not to sidetrack, but it always sucks that it's in the gaming industry where it's because the gaming industry is still growing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like it's not like the film industry or music or anything. People, especially nowadays, are looking at the gaming industry and being like, wow, like people like games. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
people love video games, and it's like oh my god, like we can make money off this kind of thing. So it's very. it's very sleazy to
Hmm.
me. But anyway,
Yeah, I give it to it. It Takes Two. Back for
yeah,
Blood, I
I'll
heard it
give it to
was
that as well.
okay, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't the Left 4 Dead game that people were looking for.
Which hurts. I never got it, but it hurts when I saw reviews that were
Hmm.
saying that it wasn't all that. Which, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Next up is Best Sports Racing Game, Sports slash Racing.
Hmm.
Got Hot Wheels Unleashed, Riders Republic, Forza Horizon 5, FIFA 22, and F1 2021. I know what one's not winning.
FIFA?
FIFA.
Oh yeah,
There's no way in hell that game.
that's my pick. I'm
There's
kidding.
no way in hell. Um, I've heard nothing but amazing things about Forza.
Yeah,
I heard Riders was really fun, and I heard Hot
yeah,
Wheels was a really solid kart racer.
yeah. I mean, for funny enough, for Christmas, I asked my parents. I always asked for I always asked for random games for Christmas. It's like the games I don't want to spend my money on. Not that I know
Hmm.
that sounds bad, but it's like it's. Let me put it this way: not that these are any bad games, but I always look at it like the games that I know will go on sale.
Yeah,
Where,
definitely.
anyway. So I'm not a Ubisoft hater. I don't really play Ubisoft games. I remember playing Assassin's Creed 3 over Hurricane Sandy, and I fell asleep. So if that says anything, falling asleep during a video
Yeah,
game?
I think a
No.
lot of people fell asleep to Assassin's Creed 3.
I just don't. I don't like Assassin's Creed in general. Long story short, my pick I would say goes to Hot Wheels. I told you a few weeks ago Hot Wheels was like the first video game I ever played, Turbo Racing
Hmm.
on the PS1. And I asked for Unleashed for Christmas. I asked for Riders Republic for Christmas. And I might buy myself Forza for the PC just because I don't have an Xbox. And I love me a good racing game, especially one that's not like Gran Turismo and Forza are very like car simulators, but Forza
Yeah.
Horizon is like that arcadey simulator, which I
Hmm.
love. And Hot Wheels is just like breakneck speed insanity racing, which I also love. And then I didn't know much about Riders Republic. I didn't even know it was a Ubisoft game. And then I saw a TikTok of a dude going down like a rocky mountain on a bike and then jumping, switching to a wingsuit, and then right as he was about to hit the snow, switching to skis. I'm like,
It's
that's
it's
so
very
sick.
weird.
Yeah, I'm like, that's so sick. If this is like, if that could get me at my SSX fix on a PS5, sign me up. I'm ready to
Yeah.
rock.
I
Because, yeah,
I have a note from Cal, and I have a couple notes from Cal here since he did this last year. I was like, just write in your picks or give,
hmm,
tell me whatever. And he said, Mario Party for Sports Game of the Year.
let's go.
Playing that shit is the equivalent of a sport.
Yes, he's right.
uh,
He is right.
and I know he hasn't
I
played
still haven't.
any of these, so.
Dude, I haven't even played the new Mario Party, and I got it for my birthday a month ago.
Oh my god, we'll get to that in a second because I think
Uh,
that's coming up somewhere.
cool.
Somewhere. Best simulation and strategy: Evil Genius 2, Humankind, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Age of Empires 4, and Inscription. I'm pretty sure Flight Simulator has this in the bag.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them, and I don't even
Same.
know if my computer can handle Flight Sim since my computer is coming up on,
Hmm.
well, it's 3.5 years old now. Halo runs great on it, but I think just Microsoft put their all into that game. But anyway, I think Flight Sim, I mean, I've seen footage of it and it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah, it
like
looks really
the
cool.
coolest looking thing. Um, uh,
I will
one
play
of my
Flight
friends,
Simulator if I ever get it, or whenever I get a Series X, because I'll get one eventually. Just
I thought you got one.
no.
Oh, weird. I thought you had one. Or do you have a Series S?
No, I just have a 1S.
Oh, that's what you have. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
It's funny. I was at on Black Friday. A mall near me has, it's like an outdoor mall. Has like a Amazon 4 star. It's like a store just of everything 4 stars above on Amazon. and it's like stuff you could find at like any other store, but then also like weird Amazon things as well.
Hmm.
And they happened. It was Black Friday, and they just had Xbox Series S's in stock, and I was like, huh.
Yeah,
And I looked
the
over,
S's are very easy to find.
and like half of me was like, huh, do I waste some money right now? And then I said no. I'm like, it's like I have a PC. That would make literally no sense to get a
Hmm.
Series S because I have a PC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's different. I feel like if you want a Series X because it's more powerful, it's the PlayStation 5, but Xbox obviously, like it's the
Hmm.
equivalent. But a Series S, I feel like is like if you, I don't know, I don't know. I just my Nico has a Series X. He loves it. I played around with it a few times. It is stupid fast. Um, but it ain't got no rest mode. That's what the PS5 got. So I'm sticking with Sony.
um. Yeah, I heard the Series S is a really good emulation machine, and you could get like a
That's
bunch
cool.
of, you could install emulators on it pretty easily, from what I heard, and you could
Yeah,
run
because it's Windows
everything
10.
up to like GameCube or Wii like flawlessly.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's sick. I mean, another reason why I would want to get an Xbox. I was telling Emily this is because I want to have like access because I have a bunch of Xbox games that I bought when I used to play my 360. So
Hmm.
like to have all of that
Just as a
on
backwards compatibility machine.
and yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's the point. I could just download all my games that I
Yeah.
have, you know. And sure, like I mean, you know me. I just bought a fuck ton of PlayStation games for my new PlayStation collection because I now have every system. So it's nice because now that I am a PlayStation kid, I've always been a PlayStation kid. But when I had that brief period of going to the 360 when I was in middle school, like early high school, my gamer score was I was all obsessed with. But to build my PlayStation like profile up to have the games I played on 360 now on PlayStation, it gives me an excuse to replay them. And like, I'm looking at my shelf right now, like to replay Modern Warfare 2 on a new system. Like I played it on my
Hmm.
PC 3 years ago and it was great. And now I have a new system to play it on, get a bunch of trophies, try to get the veteran. So, but yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know how we got to, we started talking about this shit because of Flight Sim. But anyway,
Yeah. I
not
give
to
it to
keep
Flight
going
Sim.
on. But I give it to that too. Yes.
Best family game. Nintendo, and It Takes Two.
Oh my God, yeah, it is 4 Nintendo games. Holy
So,
shit.
WarioWare, Pokemon Snap, Mario Party Superstars, Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury, and It Takes Two.
I didn't know Bandai Namco did or helped develop
Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I've watched Emily play Snap. It looks like good old Pokemon Snap.
it's
Uh,
hard because
I'm
it's like
yeah.
I don't. A part of me doesn't understand the category sometimes because it's like,
Hmm.
is it the best game to play with
With a
your
family.
family,
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
it the best
yeah.
family oriented game? Because
Hmm.
we're talking family oriented, then you could kick It Takes Two to the side because that game's about divorce.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that game's
Oh, I
about
didn't know it was like a
divorce.
serious game.
So there's
Oh shit! I thought it was just like a fun little woohoo, like co-op. I
it
didn't know it had
definitely
like a serious
is, but
story.
the story is that those the two main characters, Cody and I can't remember the girl's name, but they're going through like a divorce, and their daughter has these two dolls, and she like, I think she cried, and like her tears like seeped into the dolls, and they turned into her parents, and like
Oh
they
fuck,
they
bro! I
have to
might have
go
to play this.
they have to go through like their house or like the outside,
Oh,
like
this shit's gonna make me cry.
a beehive. Yeah, I heard it gets really
Damn,
like I heard
bro.
the story gets really good, but I haven't
Damn,
beaten it
maybe I
yet,
will.
so I don't
Shit, I
really
should
know
get that.
how good it gets. But if
No,
we're
for sure.
talking a
Yeah.
game to play with your family, that's not it.
I was gonna say. I mean, Emily and I play games a lot. I mean, we play games individually. Like I'm
Hmm.
usually in the office playing PlayStation. She's in the other room playing either PS3, Wii, Switch, or her fucking DS. Um, but damn, maybe oh fuck, maybe I'll look into this game because that
Yeah.
that might be tough to play with her because we might get emotional together. But That just sounds great.
Yeah.
Damn, I love that.
Mario
I
3D
love serious
Worlds
games like that. So
obviously is, your core multiplayer game that you could sit around with your family and play. Same with
for
Mario
sure.
Party, new Pokemon Snap single player, and
I feel like
WarioWare.
if maybe family was single player on Snap, like the person watching could be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a
So
Charizard, like
it's a
but it's not
it's a
like a
hard
family game.
category.
Hmm.
I'll give it to Mario Party because I absolutely love this Mario Party. I know you said you
Yeah.
haven't played it yet. It's the best Mario Party has been since Mario Party 8.
Oh, respect. I've
It
never
it
played
is.
nine, but eight's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
don't play 9. You're not missing much.
Uh,
Don't play
is that on
9,
Wii U or
don't
Wii?
play 10.
There's a 10?
Yeah, and then there's
Weird.
Super on
That's
the Switch.
super fucking sucks.
I
I was
didn't like Super much when it first came out, and then we went back to it uh, in early October, right before Superstars came out, and it was
mhm.
okay. It wasn't horrible, and it wasn't as awful as I, painted it into my mind. But
Yeah.
just seeing what Superstars did with the foundation that Superstars laid, or Super
Well,
laid,
is it just like a remaster like the old maps, or is there more to it?
it's pretty much a remake of boards from 1, 2, and 3, but
64. Okay.
it's in the engine that Super ran on.
Oh, cool,
So
cool.
like it's
Okay.
still as smooth, fluent as that. They removed some
For
of the
sure.
annoying shit from Super. They put in, a
Nice.
lot of old rules, a lot of customization stuff from Mario Party
Nice.
1, 2, and 3. So it's very good.
Nice.
They really took out a lot of the shit.
Yeah, I mean, I asked for it for my birthday. My mom, when my parents were visiting, they picked it up for me, and I just haven't played it. I almost played it last night because I had a few friends over for my friend's birthday,
Hmm.
and uh, almost played it last night. But then it's just like you got to commit an hour. There was five of
Yeah.
us, you know. Um,
Yeah,
so
hell,
I will play it.
you and Emily ever want to play a game, because you could do two
Oh,
players
that's right. You can do it
online.
online. Yes,
So if
yes.
you guys ever want
Please,
to play, hit me up. We could do
please.
that so
Yes.
easily. Because
Well, like I
you could
told you, I
do
mean,
two
I'm bringing my
players on the same couch
on the
online
same
with
thing.
somebody else.
Oh, let's
So
go. Okay,
it's
yes.
awesome that way.
I will keep you posted because these next 2 weeks are very busy with work and shit. But like,
Hmm.
if there's a night her and I are not doing anything, I will hit you
Yeah,
up
definitely.
because you know me. Mario Party gets me angry, but it's so much fun.
It's great.
I never win, but I expect it every time I play. So when I do win, I'm like, oh hey, I won. You know.
I won't
Anyway.
spoil, too big of a surprise. It's not like a big surprise, but there is an option for something when you're setting up the game, and
Hmm.
I swear to God, it's like an RNG setting, because it's like,
Oh,
if you
weird.
put this
Okay.
setting on, there's a chance that you could be the best player in the whole board, have the most
What?
stars, but there's a chance that you might not even
Interesting.
win. I don't
Oh,
like it
weird. Okay.
personally, because I like just to
Yeah.
do the classic setting, but
Yeah, of course.
it's still nice to have kind of that kind of option to flip back and forth from.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Moving on though, best fighting game. I haven't played any of these, and I own two of them.
Got it. I
There's
have not played any, and I don't own any. Well,
Guilty Gear Strive, Demon Slayer with a title I don't want to say because it's too
mhm.
long. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, Melty Blood Type Lumina, and Nickelodeon All Star Brawl.
I was gonna say I own one of these, but I can't say which one because it's a surprise for somebody that I live with. I don't know if he's listening to me. Um, they're not even in the same room with me, but I'll give it to Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I'll give it to Nick All
I
Star
feel,
Brawl. It's like a
I
sleeper
saw
hit.
they announced. Yeah, I saw they announced Garfield today. I used to love Garfield, so boom, that's my pick.
Yeah, I'll go with Nick All Star Brawl. I heard good things about Guilty Gear. Demon Slayer. I've had a couple people in store pick it up, but I don't know if that's just
Hmm.
because they're a fan of the anime or whatnot. Virtua Fighter was done by the guys who did Yakuza,
Oh, okay,
so I haven't got to try it out, but it looks good.
cool.
Next up,
Speaking of anime, have
yes,
you guys sold out of that? It's not anime, but that Animal Crossing Christmas sweater?
yeah, I haven't seen it in a couple weeks.
Bro, I can't find it anywhere out here. I'm like losing my mind.
I haven't seen that in a couple weeks.
Damn. Alrighty. Anyway.
Best role playing game: Shin Megami Tensei 5, Monster Hunter Rise, Tales of Arise, Scarlet Nexus, and Cyberpunk 2077. It weaseled its way into some category.
Which I'm like, how? But sure, I guess. Um, I haven't played any of these.
Same, and I'm an RPG guy, or a
Yeah, I
little
don't
bit
know,
of an
man.
RPG guy.
Razor's giving away a lot of stuff with Monster Hunter Rise, so I think it's good, I guess, if we're
Hmm.
giving things away. Um, yeah, I don't know though. Like I said, I haven't played any of them, so I can't say. I feel
Yeah,
like anything for
I'll give it
these.
to SMT 5 because I've been hearing that's really good and it's very good, like core RPG. There's a lot of battling, and it's what you would
Cool. Okay.
expect from Shin Megami Tensei. But
Cool.
yeah,
Like that.
I don't really know. I kind of wish that Persona 5 Strikers was on here, even though Strikers wasn't too much of a RPG. It still had RPG mechanics in it though, and I think it deserved the spot more than Cyberpunk did.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell Cyberpunk got fucking nominated for anything,
Yeah,
but
it weaseled
anyway.
its way on here somehow.
Hmm.
Next up, best
Asking.
action adventure game. And I've played every single game in this category.
Let me
So
see.
we got
Let me pull
Resident
it
Evil
up.
Village, Guardians of the
Nice.
Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Psychonauts 2.
So
So,
that's what I was gonna tell you before we started voting.
mm,
I haven't played most of the games nominated after when I saw the voting a few days ago. I was like, shit, I usually have a good chunk. And then this year I was like, damn, I played nothing.
really, wow.
Yeah. I just think, I mean, so to be fair, Rift Apart, I told you I didn't want to play just because I'm a weirdo and I wanted to play like the OG,
Yeah,
the OG games or whatever the ones
yeah. And
that
I
matter, I
was
would say.
telling you, like, start from the PlayStation 3 trilogy, the future
Hmm.
uh, saga, and then go to Rift
Yeah.
Apart, because those are, like, the only ones that matter to Rift Apart.
Yeah. Which that works for me. But
Hmm.
anyway, I. Oh, sorry. Were you saying which one you wanted or
No,
you're
but
picking?
I think for this it focuses on the adventure more than the action.
Okay.
Um, it's hard to say because Psychonauts 2 had I'm not even done with Psychonauts 2 yet, but it from what I see of it, it has a really good story and there's a lot of adventuring to it. There's a lot
Hmm.
of, adventuring to all of these, and it's rough because this is almost the identical thing for the game of the year category besides It Takes Two and
Yeah,
Guardians.
that's right.
Um I could see Guardians getting away with this one. I just
Okay.
started Guardians a couple days ago and I'm surprised with how much I like it.
A lot of people. So a lot of my Eric Striffler, his Discord has like a game category, and people we
Mhm.
it's like the three of us just always talk about video games, and it's yeah, I've heard really good things about it, which I'm kind of shocked because I heard Avengers was ass. So
Yeah,
I'm
Avengers
surprised that
wasn't
Ubisoft.
great.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ubisoft pulled it off with like a really good, just solid. Because it's not a games as a service thing. It's just a single player game,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great.
In the first
So I,
5 minutes of the game, I looked on a because it starts off in like a flashback with
okay,
Peter and his mom. So you get up off the bed and you're kind of the no, you weren't in a first person view then. It's just normal third person, and you could look at a
hmm,
bunch of stuff on the table, and on his table is like a knockoff Nintendo Power, and I was like, all right, this game's got
oh,
my
that's
heart
awesome.
already. I loved it. I just there's so many cool like hints and nods and stuff like that to the
Yeah, that's
80s,
sick.
and there's licensed music up the ass for the whole
Really?
thing. Yeah, like if you like initiate like a sequence with the Guardians, there's a chance that you could get rickrolled.
Really?
Yeah, and I've had it
See,
happen
that's
to me.
cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of like licensed music in there.
I like that.
So
That's awesome.
I'll kindly give this one to Guardians. I loved Resident Evil. I thought it was one of the
Okay.
best games of the year, and I obviously love Ratchet and Clank, but
Hmm.
I could see Guardians stealing this one.
I haven't played. Oh, what about Metroid? Do you see? I don't think you said anything about Metroid. What do you?
I've really
Oh,
enjoyed Metroid. It's hard as balls,
really?
and it's more. I'd say it leans more towards the action side, but your adventure is going through the multiple sections of the planet because it's a pretty big freaking game. But it's
Got it. Okay.
you
Okay.
know, so there's a lot of adventuring in it, but it's also a lot of action.
Hmm. I think I'll give it to. Shit.
I
I
say,
mean, I can't say. I think I
like, and
voted
I could say
originally
the same
for.
for Res too, which is
Yeah. I think I voted originally for Ratchet and Clank just because I
mm-hmm.
know I love Insomniac in the sense of just the work they've done on Spider-Man, and I think Spider-Man might have been the first game I played of theirs, which is crazy. But um, as a diehard Spider-Man fan, that game means like the fucking world to me. So same with Miles Morales, and then now two is coming. It's like I think I'll give it to Insomniac just because that studio is fucking insane, and I
Yeah,
don't know how they're doing what they're doing. And seeing when Rift Apart was revealed, I was like, this just looks incredible. Like, how on earth did they do? Like, how did they do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did they do
yeah,
this? Like, they were just like, yeah, let's just release two major flagship games, and you have some of the people, oh, it's just Miles Morales is just DLC. It's no, it's not. It's
no,
not.
it
You
was its
know.
own game.
Yeah, I don't care if the engine looks the same. Why would they switch up the engine for a game that's in between the big ones, you know?
Yeah, and
But
newsflash people, when Spider-Man 2 comes out, it's not going to look that different, I don't think.
different,
You
yeah.
can't really change what that game looks like. You could
Yeah,
change the
exactly.
weather, you could change the look of the city
Like
a little
lighting.
bit, but
But you can't change like character oh, they already did
eh,
change some character model.
nice try.
Mm. Then I'm not giving it to Ratchet and Clank. I'll give it to Metroid Dread because Nintendo owns my life. Next. I'm kidding.
Best VR AR. I haven't played any of these.
Oh, let me
Um,
see.
I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, Hitman 3, Sniper Elite VR, and Resident Evil 4 VR.
I think I gave it to Resident Evil 4 just
Yeah,
because I
I'll kindly give
respect.
it to Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I think just because I respect the fact that it's like an old game and they're like, let's put this in VR, and people said it's like incredible.
Yeah,
Um, I know
heard it was a
Hitman,
very
I
good
think was
port.
good.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard good things about Hitman. I just didn't really know that it was in VR.
mhm. So yeah, I'll give it to Resident Evil. Why not?
Next up, innovation in accessibility. Just for having good accessibility options. Guardians of the
Last of Us
Galaxy,
2. No.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Forza Horizon 5, Far Cry 6, and The Veil. I know Ratchet's accessibility was insane. They had so many options, and I'm sure you
Really?
know that just from playing Spider-Man and seeing
Oh,
how much
100%.
Insomniac
Yeah.
does with that. Um, but I also did hear that they really outdid it with Forza.
I was about to say, yeah, that's what my friend Jake was saying in one of his videos. He was just like, yeah, it's like anyone can play this game, blah 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 blah. Like, and it's always nice just to hear that. Like, if you know the fact that if like yeah, anybody obviously could pick up any game, but in terms of accessibility for people that need it, like that's just great. I remember playing The Last of Us 2, and I know people make fun of The Last of Us 2 for whatever reason, but you know, picking up The Last of Us 2, I was like, wow, like there's so many options to just make the game how it would fit best for the person playing it, which is nice, you know. Versus a game like a big game like that that you just press start and there's no other option.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it to Ratchet. Why not? I
I'll
haven't
give
played
it to
any others, but
Ratchet because that's the only one
based
I'm
on your
familiar
opinion,
with, but I feel like Forza could easily get it.
I would think Forza would get it too because this is sponsored by Chevrolet.
Ha.
I'm kidding, but anyway.
Next up, best community support. We got Fortnite, again, obviously, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Pokemon Unite, and No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky's still getting stuff.
Hold on. I might have messed this one up. Let me go on the website.
Oh no, No Man's Sky's still on there. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Maybe
No
it said
Man's
something.
Sky's on there, not Pokemon Unite. Final Fantasy 14 Online.
Oh yeah, 14 online. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Final Fantasy because I think it's had a really good year and a lot of people started playing it.
Hmm.
So I think that one's a fair
I think I'll
choice.
probably just give it to Apex just because I don't play Apex, but I know the people
Mhm.
that do. Like one of my friends plays religiously, and he's like it's never gotten old to him, which is crazy to me because I feel like I'm not a BR guy. I've never
Yeah.
been, and I just feel like those games are just boring, in my opinion. Um, Even though I play them, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'll give it to Apex just because. Yeah, I don't know. I heard good things about it, and yeah.
Next up, or I said I'm giving it to Final Fantasy. Next up, best mobile game. Now we have Pokemon Unite, Genshin Impact, Marvel Future Revolution, League of Legends Wild Rift, and Fantasian. I only know two of these games. I didn't know that Marvel Future Revolution was a thing. I
Hmm.
didn't know that League had its own mobile game, and I just don't know what Fantasian is. Uh, this one's kind of hard. I'll probably give it to
Yeah, I
Genshin.
don't. Yeah, I'll give it to Genshin. Emily's played that religiously last year, and for a mobile game, it looked incredible.
Hmm.
So I'll give it to that,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
I don't think Pokemon Unite had a great start. Like
Hmm.
I played a little bit of it. It's okay. It's nothing, amazing.
Hmm.
But I think Genshin could get it. Next up,
Gotcha.
best indie game. 12 Hours, Loop Hero, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Death's Door, and Inscription. I've only heard of two of these games.
Yeah, I have as well. I think was 12 minutes bad?
I don't know how it reviewed, but I know that's the one that had Willem Dafoe in it.
Yeah, and like Daisy Ridley, which is
Oh
kind of
yeah,
crazy.
that's right. That's who else was in it.
But I thought I heard somebody say it was bad, but I don't know. I've
Hmm.
never played, so I can't be the judge of that.
I think Kena has it.
Kina,
Yeah.
yeah, I would think so too. Just because I've heard nothing but good things.
Hmm.
Like everyone's saying it's like fantastic, which is
Yeah.
always nice to hear for an indie game,
I uh
especially like a debut indie game.
I wish that they would put Deltarune Chapter 2 on here, but I think they didn't because it's still technically a demo and not a full game. But like when
Okay,
Toby Fox releases these games now, because he did Deltarune Chapter 1 in 2018, he did Chapter 2 this year, they're kind of full length Toby Fox games. Like
cool.
it's
Okay.
pretty much the same length as Undertale.
Hmm.
So, I feel like they should be accepted just because you're getting pretty much the same experience as you would with Undertale, and Undertale was a full game.
For sure, for
Um,
sure.
but yeah, I'll give it to Kina.
Very nice. Yeah, I'll give it to that too.
Next up, best ongoing game. It just kind of has the same feel as best community support in a way. Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, Destiny 2, Genshin Impact, and Final Fantasy 14 Online.
Tough.
Fortnite again? Did they win it last year? I forget.
I don't even know. I dude. I hate to be I'm such a hater. Um, I just hate Fortnite. I really do. I think that game is it's cool. Like it's the Avengers Endgame of video games,
Hmm.
but god damn, I hate Epic Games. I really do. Oh, with all the Apple stuff and everything, like Tim Sweeney is like a goofy ass dude, but I don't know.
Hmm.
And I can't say, oh, I like Warzone because, like, you know what, Genshin Impact, why not? Fuck it, Genshin Impact.
Gotcha.
Sure, Emily loves it. It looks pretty. The end.
Games for impact, and this is usually a category I never play anything in, and it's the same for this year. No Longer Home, Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend Dungeon, Life is Strange True Colors, and Chicory A Colorful Tale. I heard good things about Chicory. That one
I was gonna
interested
say
me.
that too. Wasn't that on a Switch thing, or no? Was that a State of Play? It was shown off at.
It was either a state of play or one of the indie world or indie direct things
Yeah.
that they do. It was one of them. I also heard good things about Life is Strange. I feel like that's probably going to be the one that wins because of the name.
Hmm.
So I'll give it to Life is Strange.
Yeah, I think I'll give it to the Chicory game. Chicory.
Hmm.
It just looks cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it sometime. Next up is Best Performance. And for Best Performance this year, it's like they got some good people in here, obviously, but it's like I don't know where their mind was for a lot of this. It's like, did they try to grab the biggest names they could? Do voice actors not really like matter anymore? Like, I don't know.
What do you mean, like?
Just like, you had a good voice cast in Ratchet. You had a great voice cast in Psychonauts. Um,
Mhm.
I liked the voice actors in It Takes Two. I just don't. I don't see it besides
Okay.
Giancarlo. So there's
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito for Anton Castillo in Far Cry 6, Maggie Robertson for Lady Dimitrescu in Resident Evil Village, Jason Kelly for Colt Van in Deathloop. There's my cat going off, wanting to get out of the cage. Erica
Yeah.
Mori for Alex Chen is in Life is Strange True Colors, and
Hmm.
Ozioma Akaga for Juliana Blake in Deathloop. I think Giancarlo has this one in the bag,
Hmm. I
but
think so
if he
too.
doesn't, I would definitely give it to Maggie Robertson for Lady Dimitrescu.
I voted for her too, even though I haven't played the game. I just
Mm-hmm.
know it's like
Oh yeah,
such a good performance.
yeah. I,
Um,
I, I wish Ethan's voice actor got nominated because he was really good in Village.
nice.
Next up, best audio design: Resident Evil Village, Deathloop, Returnal, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Forza Horizon 5. You have experience with Returnal. How was the audio design in that?
Fantastic.
I
That
feel,
is my pick.
yeah, I feel like it could get it.
Hmm.
Resident Evil did a great job with making things sound disgusting, and
Really.
they did a good job with what they needed to do. In that Ratchet,
Hmm.
it has good audio design for a lot of the weapons and stuff. I just don't know if it has enough pool to win.
Gotcha.
I feel like it'll be against Resident Evil and Returnal, but I feel like Returnal could get it. So I'll give us a
Yeah,
Returnal as well.
yeah, I I voted for Returnal just because I mean, yeah, like the audio design in Returnal is ridiculous. I remember playing it on the Pulse headset and just trying out like just yeah, just playing on the Pulse headset, and it sounds insane. It's
Hmm.
ridiculous. It sounds so crisp. What's it called? Oh my goodness, the rain is like it's ridiculous. It's so it's just crazy. It's like it's super wacky. Um, I love it. So yeah, that's my pick.
Next category, and I'm mad about this one too. Best score in music, and this, it seems like every year they do this to me, where they don't put in a couple games that I think really deserve it.
Hmm.
And this year, I think they completely ripped off and just screwed Psychonauts, and they
Really?
screwed Persona 5 Strikers. Persona 5 Strikers wasn't nominated for anything this year,
Hmm.
but Cyberpunk manages to get in this.
Yeah.
Like, come on, are you kidding me here? Uh, I so the nominees are The Artful Escape, Deathloop, Near Replicant, Cyberpunk 2077, and Guardians. I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk has licensed music as well.
Is it like? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It
I
does
think
because it's
it
kind of like
does.
GTA.
Yeah, and I know for sure Guardians has it. And it's just not fair, at least to me, when you're mixing it. Because it's like, okay, there's the score from the composer, and then there's music that you purchase to have in your game. It's
In your
different,
game.
you
Yeah,
know.
I
It
agree.
just does.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't think it's fair to a lot of the composers for game music, and it. You have two games here that could have been given to a game like Psychonauts, where Peter McConnell went above and beyond to create a fantastic score for that game, and they even got freaking Jack Black to do a song in Psychonauts.
Really?
Yeah,
That's dope.
and my whole
That's really
thing
cool.
months ago, before they announced who was going to be performing, I was like, okay, if there's one thing I know for sure about the Game Awards this year, they will definitely grab Jack Black to perform the song from Psychonauts, and they
Oh,
didn't.
definitely.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? You had it in your hands. You had Jack Black. You have one of the biggest, stars in the world in the
Definitely.
grasp of your hands because he was in Psychonauts, and they completely blew it.
Yeah.
And I know Cal's the same way because he played Psychonauts 2 as well this year and loved it. And
Gotcha. Gotcha.
we both think they got screwed this year.
Hmm.
um, Best score in music? I don't care. Guardians, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give it to Guardians, or I'll give it to the Artful Escape because the guy's holding the guitar.
Like I want this to be a category that I care more about, but they just keep screwing it up.
Hmm.
It's okay, buddy. You're gonna come out in a few. Oh my god. It's because everybody's home now and he hears the food getting prepared.
Yeah.
Next up is best art direction, probably for graphics and just overall look of the game. There's the Artful Escape again, Deathloop, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Psychonauts 2. This one's hard as hell.
I'll give it to Kena just because I think it looks like it reminds me of an indie movie.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
I definitely see what you mean from that, and it definitely does. But going from cutscene to gameplay, it's different. It's not.
In okay,
It's
okay.
not like in Uncharted 4 where it's all one continuous
It's super
thing.
smooth.
Where
Yeah.
like you could
Okay.
definitely tell what an in-game cutscene is compared to a kind of a pre-rendered. But with Kina,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of night and day. What's pre-rendered, what's not. Ratchet,
Gotcha. Okay.
Ratchet is perfect for going
Really?
straight from looking like a Pixar movie right back into the action, and you're shooting things
Oh
and you're
yeah,
jumping around,
sure.
and it's perfect. But I would give it to Ratchet, but Psychonauts is so colorful and so vibrant. If they're, it's best art direction for a reason. I think Psychonauts could take it.
Okay.
But once again, I think Ratchet could get it as well because of how smooth the animations are.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple different ways this one could go, but it's definitely between Kina, Ratchet, and Psychonauts. It's also just so weird seeing Psychonauts nominated and being talked about this highly because I tried to play Psychonauts 1 like 8 years ago and I just couldn't do it. For whatever reason, I never, could really get my feet into the game. But it wasn't until this
Mm-hmm.
year where I was like, you know what, screw it. Psychonauts 2 is coming out. I want to play and experience this game. And I finally did, and I really liked it. I didn't love it, but it was still a really good platformer. And it's so weird because it was like a commercial failure when it first came out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody
Yeah.
bought it, kind of like how Conquer was. Like, nobody bought it. It
Mm-hmm.
was very niche. And, 2 came out, and it's blown up. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very cool to see stuff like that. Like, you could go into a 7-Eleven and because of the Xbox partnership and because of them buying Double Fine, you could look on I forgot what the hell the candy's called. The Trolleys, I think, the sour candies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could look at them and it'll have Raz, the character from Psychonauts, on the bag on some of
Oh, I
them.
think you told me about that. Yeah.
Like that's crazy for a
Yeah.
game that was very just not known at all 15 years ago.
Yeah. No, I do love that.
That's really cool to see. Next up is Best Narrative. Nominees are Guardians of the Galaxy, Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange True Colors, and Psychonauts 2. This one's also hard.
Yeah, I haven't played any, so I feel like it sucks. I haven't played any of these,
Yeah,
and like I almost got Deathloop, and then I heard it was kind of like, but I've heard nothing but good things about Guardians. Takes Two. I'll give it to It Takes Two, but I've heard nothing but good things about the other four games. To be honest.
yeah. I haven't gotten too much into Guardians yet to know how good the story is.
Okay.
Um, and I haven't gotten so far into Psychonauts 2 to know that, to have it hit me. Because I heard that
Mm-hmm.
it's really good and the story gets really good. And
Nice. Okay, I like that.
Psychonauts really focuses sometimes on like mental health and the brain and
Cool.
things, stuff like that. Obviously, Psychonauts has psycho in the name. So it
Yeah.
has themes like that, but there's also It Takes Two where, like I said, the whole game's about a divorce.
Yeah, which is
So
still insane. I cannot believe I didn't know that. And like that's just it's not cool, obviously, but
it's different. It's
it's unique.
unique.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
No, I agree.
and that's once again Joseph Fares. He's just known for doing unique stuff like that. So I'll
Yeah,
actually
which I
give it to
love.
It Takes Two just because I can tell already how the game story is, and
Hmm.
I haven't gotten so far into Psychonauts 2 for it to really be memorable to me.
For sure.
You're gonna get food in a few. Oh my god, he's nonstop.
Mm.
Poor little guy. Next up, one of the last things we got, most anticipated game. This is kind of open ended. Uh, my most anticipated out of all this is the Breath of the Wild sequel, but there's also God of War Ragnarok, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, and Starfield. Um, as far as when, like, the quote unquote winner of the category goes, I think it'll go to Elden Ring.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
how
so
it is.
too. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I don't
it's
care for
just too
Souls
big
games.
of a too
Yeah,
big of a series.
I think I've told you I don't care for Souls games. I think you probably said the same to me.
Yeah, I can't do Souls
Um,
games.
they're not fun, and I remember getting Matt told me to get Bloodborne. I got Bloodborne. I fucking hated it. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
we both don't really like Jedi Fallen Order, and that's another thing
Yeah.
Cal has mentioned that he does not like Jedi Fallen Order, and I quote
Hmm.
from him: "Jedi Fallen Order is the worst game ever created, and I'm ashamed to share a name with that piece of cardboard." So, yeah, I think Elden Ring will get it, but I'm looking forward to Breath of the Wild and God of War Ragnarok.
Same for both. Funny enough, my mom got me Breath of the Wild last year for Christmas. Still haven't played it.
You should. Definitely,
I know,
definitely
and
do
dude,
it
Emily's
soon.
begging me to. She's begging because I played Ocarina of Time when I was younger,
Hmm.
but I've heard nothing but like
Did she play Breath
incredible
of the
things
Wild?
about Breath of the Wild. A little bit of it, but she more watched her brother play it, but she played a little bit of it.
Hmm.
I just know it's like amazing.
Um,
So soon.
I didn't play a lot of Horizon or the first Horizon game. It screwed me over because I was trying to play it like Breath of the Wild, and I just got fed
Hmm.
up with it. So I said screw it.
Got it. Okay.
So I'll probably not play the new one. But yeah, definitely Breath of the Wild is my pick.
Nice. I think God of War
Next,
for me, just because I'm excited for it.
yeah, I figured God of War would be yours. Next is best game direction. There's is this the second to last? Yeah. So this is like the best like studio kind of like studio of the
Hmm.
year in a sense. There's Metroid Dread by Nintendo. It Takes Two by EA and Hazelight Studios, I believe.
Hmm.
Returnal by help me out here.
Oh, Housemark.
Housemark
House Marquee.
and PlayStation. Deathloop by Bethesda and PlayStation, I guess.
Arcane, but yeah, Arcane.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart by PlayStation and Insomniac, and Psychonauts 2 from Xbox and Double Fine. This one's
I feel like you know what
rough.
mine is.
Yeah, this one's insanely rough. I think Ratchet will get this one. And I've been very kind not giving stuff to Ratchet, even though, Ratchet's probably my overall game of the year. I think Ratchet will get this one. Just because
Yeah, I
Insomniac
think
did
Ratchet will
such a good job with it.
100%. I mean, like I said, I haven't played, but after everything I've seen, and I just think I think it'll get it too. I'm not even that big. I'm not that I'm not a big fan of Returnal, but I don't play it as much as you think. The funny enough though, they added a pause feature, so I will definitely be jumping back in it
Yes, I
to beat
definitely
it.
want to try it now.
But I loved it, dude. I remember beating that first boss last year, and I was like, "Fuck, this game is good." Like, I used to love Binding of Isaac. Like, I don't really play roguelikes that often, but I loved Binding of Isaac. And to get like a full-fledged AAA, beautiful looking game, sound-wise, score-wise, visual-wise, and then controls feel so good. Because roguelikes, to me, I feel work best on a PC because it's either top-down or it's third person where you need that quick mouse action versus
Hmm.
an analog stick. And Return. I remember getting Return. I was like, is this gonna feel good on a? Obviously, the controller is amazing, but I was like, is this gonna feel good on a controller versus keyboard mouse? And it's incredible. I mean, the DualSense is fucking insane, but the game just feels so good. It's so good. It's so smooth. It's crisp. It's what I love about it the most. I think there's a story, and it's very loose. It's a lot of it's through artifacts. A lot of it's through. It's
Hmm.
all RNG,
That's
obviously.
kind of how
Um,
Metroid Prime was years ago.
okay, Yeah, yeah.
Not so much
But I
Dread.
think but I think the big thing with this is just how this company, House Marquee, has like they have a handful of games from back in the day. I don't think I've ever played any of them, but then they're just like, yeah, hey, PS5 is at the time this came out, I think it was beginning of the year, so it's like, which is weird to say, but it was like, PS5 is only half a year old. Let's put out a brand new AAA IP, first of its kind, brand new IP, and got like not 10 out of 10s, but got like really high scores like everywhere.
Hmm.
And I don't know, just as for game direction, I respect the shit out of a studio like that to just come out and be like, boom, here we go.
Yeah.
And especially on a new system. But to be fair, I don't. I heard Deathloop was kind of ass, and Bethesda's whatever. But all the other games I've heard are fantastic. So honestly, I
Yeah.
would be happy with. Honestly, even Deathloop, I'd be happy with
And
any of them.
studio wise, it's also crazy for Nintendo to go back to an idea that they had back in 2005
Which
and
is so cool.
finally do it and have it
Yeah,
come
it's
out to
so
be
cool.
like like the game got near perfect reviews. I mean, all of these
100%.
pretty
Yeah.
much got near perfect reviews.
Yeah.
So
100%.
it's very hard, but I'll give it to Ratchet because I love Insomniac. But I wouldn't be surprised if Returnal gets it. I wouldn't be surprised if Metroid gets it.
Hmm.
I don't think It Takes Two or Psychonauts should get it, but who knows?
Yeah.
It's up to literally anything.
For sure.
And then finally, the big one, Game of the Year. And
The
I
Goaty.
pretty much guessed every single one of these games right before they announced the nominees, but I think I got Deathloop wrong. I thought Returnal was gonna get in there, not Deathloop.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with Deathloop because it is like the meme game, I guess.
Hmm.
But I'll give it a Ratchet and Clank just
I
because it's Insomniac.
personally want Ratchet and Clank to win. It's
Yeah.
really hard because Ratchet was still in the Ratchet was dead in the half of the year or in the middle of the year. It was June. So
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Deathloop came out, I think, just a couple
September.
months ago. Yeah, Metroid came out in October, and Psychonauts
Hmm.
came out in August. Resident Evil in May. So there's it's spread out here.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
Metroid has an incredible chance of winning,
I think so too.
but I could
Just
also
because
say
it's
that about any other game here,
yeah.
and it's
That's I agree. No, I agree.
it's one of the craziest lineups for the Game of the Year category that I've ever seen.
Hmm.
It absolutely one of the craziest, and I've played every one of them besides Deathloop.
Yeah, I forget what have I played? I don't think I
I
played anything
don't
on this list.
think It Takes Two should win because it's a multiplayer game, and I know that's the whole point of it,
Hmm.
but I think Game of the Year should go to a game that can be played by any singular person and
For sure,
doesn't
I agree.
require a second person. It doesn't require the internet. You could just sit down, play it start to finish, and that's that. And you can do
Yeah.
that for every one of these games besides It Takes Two. I'm gonna give it to Ratchet. Ratchet was my personal game of the year, followed by Resident Evil Village.
Hmm.
I loved Village a lot. It was like the
Yeah,
first Resident
I
Evil
still
game I
need
beat
to.
front to back.
I still need to play seven, and I really want to. I really want to play seven just
Hmm.
because of. I mean, I tried playing what 5 years ago in 2016 in VR, and I couldn't do it because I was scared.
Oh yeah.
So I want to. I want to play it. Like I want to play seven. I have it on the collection obviously, and then eventually whenever eight drops in price, and then whenever I beat seven, like I'm looking at my wall of games right now. Wadham was a super fun, quick, fun game, and then I think after Watum, I might play Manifold Garden, which was
Hmm.
which I know we're going off the track right now. We're just which is it's an indie game, but it got amazing reviews. It looks beautiful. I just got that on physical or whatever. And Wadham, I'm probably going to get the platinum for it tomorrow because I beat the game on Sunday, and then whatever. But as for Resident Evil, I want to. I always associate January with like Spooky Month Part 2, just because January's cold. Even though I live in LA now, January's cold and like gloomy. And I remember when I used to live in New Jersey, it was always like, ugh, January. Like, I always hate the new year. I hate January.
Yeah,
So I
January and
want to
February
play,
is awful.
like, I want to play some spooky shit. Like, I got Alan Wake Remastered, never beat it on the 360, and now I'm saving that for
I'm
January.
getting that for Christmas, so I'm gonna play it
Nice.
soon.
Yeah, I'm saving that for January, and then I also want to play 7 and 8 in January because I spoke to a few friends, and I've heard like if you just want to play the newer Resident Evil stories, you only need to play 7 and 8,
Yeah, you don't need to know
which
anything.
is good. And then while I'm home, I'm bringing my Switch with me and my Vita, so I could finally get back into Uncharted one more time. And I'm gonna play Golden Abyss for fun,
Nice.
and then get back into Animal Crossing
Wish that
and stuff. But
I wish it was coming with the new collection that they're
the collection, yeah.
doing.
But no, I'm curious to see what the Game Awards has to offer. I mean, I would love to see any of these games win Game of the Year. Like I said, I haven't played any of them, but I've heard nothing but
Yeah.
for the most part, besides Deathloop, I've heard nothing but
think
good things about
if
them.
Deathloop wins, I'm gonna really be disappointed, just because I
I will be
haven't played
too.
it. Like, and
Yeah.
it would be such a Game Awards thing for Deathloop to win too,
Hmm.
and I just don't want it to win. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah. No,
I'm not a Bethesda
Yeah.
fan by any means. I've played every single other one of these games, and I would be more than happy if any other one of them wins it. So
Hmm.
I'm good with anything that's not Deathloop. But my
Yeah, I
personal
would say
pick's
I'm the
Ratchet.
same way. Yeah,
It
Ratchet
would.
would also obviously be amazing.
I think Cal said Ratchet was his pick too, but I know he also really loved Psychonauts.
Gotcha.
If Psychonauts wins, then I will be over the moon for it because that's would be such an incredible thing for that studio. And it's
Yeah,
crazy
that's
that
cool.
there's 2 3D platformers nominated for Game of the Year. That's insane.
Which is so cool. Yeah.
It's awesome to see. But yeah, that's it for the awards. We could talk for a couple seconds about if there's anything you think will be shown for world premieres. Rumors are
Ooh.
flying everywhere. You know.
No,
You
I
know
know.
that.
I gotta make it quick because I actually have to head out.
Yeah, no
But
problem.
the one thing we should talk about for like a minute or two is obviously your favorite animal of all time.
Yes,
Uh,
Sly.
I'm not trying. Listen, like that's the other series I gotta play. I've never played him, but obviously I know we all know he's your boy,
Mm-hmm.
and I based on what you send me and what I've seen, little weird. I know it happens like every year, but the
Yeah.
fact that more like official accounts are saying things,
It's so
little
weird.
weird. In a good way. In
Yeah.
a good way, you know?
Yeah, like I'm
But
happy
with
people are
with
talking about it.
with
But
the Easter egg in Ghost of Tsushima, you know, the suit you can get.
mm-hmm.
Um
And
like
the
everything
weird
from that all
thing
the way
that
to
they
now.
showed at the
Oh yeah,
the
in the commercial.
presentation. Yeah, it's just so many
Yeah,
weird things. But
So if it all lines up,
I
mean, we
I
got
will be in
48 hours.
tears.
Oh yeah.
I'll also be in tears for Zelda still. I think Zelda has a good chance of showing up.
Yeah.
Because now we
I
don't
agree,
really know
'cause
what
there's no
Nintendo's
Smash
gonna
this
do.
year.
Yeah, so
Yeah, exactly.
Nintendo could do anything. I also
I'll leave it
heard
on this though.
a few things about
Oh yeah, no,
Banjo,
continue.
but I
Okay.
kind of always hear things about Banjo showing up here, so who knows?
Hmm.
But it's like everything I
I'll-
want. There's rumors about it for the show. I'm
And
like,
it's like a
stop! I'm gonna have a heart
possibility,
attack.
Yeah. Here, I'll end it on this. Abandoned. The end.
Very,
Who knows?
yeah, very,
that game
very well
went.
could be there. And I saw the Silent Hill was trending today, and one of my
I
Twitter
know,
friends
it
was like,
always
"Don't do
is.
that."
Yeah, it always is. Be cool, but
Yeah.
you know.
But
Alrighty. Well, I think I gotta go.
yeah, I appreciate
So
you coming on.
thank you
And
for having me.
yeah, no problem, dude. Glad we could do it somehow.
Yes, sir.
And yeah,
But yeah, no, I'm excited.
we
I'm
got
sure.
2 days to
Listen, I mean,
go.
we're obviously, yeah, we're gonna talk when it happens.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see if our predictions are correct. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah,
It
it
always
should be a good
is.
show. Like you said, always is. So,
All right,
alright,
dog.
dude.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, guys. And
I will.
thank you for listening if you're listening. Probably not, but who cares? Do this for fun.
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Hell
dude.
yeah, that's what's up.
Take it easy. I'll talk to you
All
later,
right,
dude.
brother. Yes, sir. I will. I will text you. I will see you later.
Sounds good.
All right. Goodbye.
See ya.